Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and we are here for the closing bell, plus to give you an update on the XRP ETF, the XRP SEC, the Ripple SEC case, and the fact that the markets are down. So let's get straight into the news. It has been very interesting today. I still cannot independently verify whether or not the XRP ETF has been delayed. I cannot find any listings on the SEC's website. I cannot find anything on the verified X accounts of either Ripple or SEC. The closest thing we have is Eleanor Terrett, someone who is I trust in the crypto world. She says new. Following a prior delay to June the 17th today, the SEC Gov is inviting public comment on whether to approve or deny the COBEs, which is an exchange for the world stage, to a proposal to list the FTI, the Franklin Templeton XRP Spot ETF. The deadline for comments and rebuttals are in late July. So I don't take that as there's been a delay. I take that as a separate story. Um, so on March the 13th, 2025, the exchange filed with the SEC pursuant of the Security Exchange Act a proposed rule change to list and trade shares of Franklin XRP ETF, a series of Franklin XRP trust under the rule 1411 commodity space trust shares. The proposed rule was published for comment on Federal Register on the 19th of March. On April 29th, pursuant to Section 19B2 of the Act, the Commission designated a longer period within which to approve the proposed change, disapprove the proposed change, or change the institutional proceedings to determine whether to disapprove the proposal rule change. It's always complicated English and these sort of things. But that's talking about April the 29th. This was from today, June the 17th, but I don't see anything about it being delayed within this document. Maybe I'm blind, but look, I expect it to be delayed today, but this is the only thing we have, and this is from Eleanor Terrett, and it's not even, she's saying following a prior delay to June the 17th. Maybe someone in the live chat can say that, can tell me that I'm not looking at the right place. So maybe someone in the live chat can tell me that it's very it's very obvious what's written here, but I don't see it. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. On March the 13th, a series of proposed rule change. I don't see it. Look, it could look. I'm expecting it to be delayed today. Most places on X are reporting it's been delayed. I just haven't seen the official, the official filing on the SEC's website. I've been searching and searching. I haven't seen anything from them. You can type in Franklin Templeton. You can type in XRP. You can look for today's date. As I'm showing you right now, we'll move on from this story because I've got a couple more things I want to share with you from the SEC court case as well. Let me just search this. Let's put this on 2025. I'll search this one more time so I can show you another way of looking for these things. Nothing. This is nothing to do with. This is about a different XRP ETF, a 2x ETF, and this one here is an annual report, which has just mentions XRP for something else. So I don't see any verified information on this. But anyway, XRP is pumping. Nevertheless, it is only it fell as low as $2.14. Is now back up to $2.19. The chart for me is very simple. You are in the middle of no man's land. You get back to $2.30. That's resistance. You get back above it. You're back to $2.50. You go as low as $2. In the meantime, you will trend down towards $2 until you break $2.30. Remember, I've said I'm buying at $2 and I'm looking at resistance at $2.30. If that breaks, I'm looking at $2.62 as well. So for me, this chart is very simple. We are in the middle of two levels. One level is the level of support at $2. One level is the level of resistance at $2.30. We get back above $2.30, we can start talking about $2.62. Right now, obviously, the crypto markets are getting sort of crushed today. We've seen crypto move quite a lot lower. ZBCN was down further today. It's only down 8% now. We had Phantom. Wow, look at that. I'm so confused with what's happened with Phantom. 2 seconds ago, I was looking at it and it was down 45 percent. Now it's back up. So we'll see what's going on with that. The other news I want to come on to. The crypto markets are rebounding fast now. Ethereum is nearly flat on the day. Bitcoin is down 1.5%. It's coming back up to 106,000. It has been a strange day in the markets. We've been up and down. We haven't got verified news on the ETF. Either way, I am expecting it for it to be delayed, even more so that more people are coming out and saying it's delayed. I just can't verify that story independently. I will verify it and I will put it in the newsletter tomorrow morning. I will get comments from other people. I'm sure I will have the news for you by tomorrow morning. It will be in the newsletter. The newsletter is the first link in the description. It is also pinned to the top of um, the live chat. There is another XRP ETF coming out next week. We will have the same situation, whether the SEC wants to delay it or approve it. And we also have the vote coming up tomorrow for the company veto power. That will be a vote on whether or not to buy $100 million worth of XRP. That will be tomorrow. That's exciting. And the other thing that everyone's getting confused about that I want to cover is this. The SEC and Ripple status reports judge's decision on the settlement now pending. So this is something everyone's getting confused about. They're linking this with the ETF. They don't know what's going on with the SEC case. We actually have an update to the case as well. I'll bring that to you as well. If I go here to my bookmarks, I've bookmarked it for you here as well to share with you. Here it is. As well, this is an update to the SEC case. Let me explain to you all about this SEC case. So, here we go. The SEC and Ripple filing status report, judge decision settlement now pending. The Ripple, so this is, remember, this is what we were covering yesterday. And I'll read this to you. Ripple and SEC met the June the 16th court deadline by jointly filing a status report with the US Court of Appeals, confirming they are still actively negotiating a settlement and requesting the appeals process remain paused until August the 15th, 2025. This was the expected next step as both parties await Judge Annalise Torres' ruling on their joint motion to dissolve the injunction on the XRP's institutional sales and reduce Ripple's penalty to 50 million. So that's the case we're talking about. We all know what case that is. We all know what the agreement they've come up with. It was 125 million. Now they're dropping it to 50 million, 75 million coming back to Ripple from the escrow. And they both want to end it. We had a deadline yesterday for them to both come out to tell us what's going on with those negotiations. That was what the deadline was for yesterday. Now it's in Judge Torres's hands again for her to come out and say, I approve this. This can come to an end. Right now, it was supposed to be at the Court of Appeals, but they've paused that because they want a settlement. So, importantly, this is not another routine extension. The case is now in Judge Torres's hands. She can issue a ruling on the proposed settlement at any time. If approved, the litigation and appeals would end. If denied, the case will return to the appeals. If no, this is this is what everyone thinks is happening. This is what everyone thinks is important, this deadline in August, but it's not. If no decision is made, another status update will be required in August the 15th, or whatever the date is. But the timing of the final resolution is entirely in the judge's discretion. Everyone is a bit confused. Everyone's saying, well, now we have to wait for the 15th of August for this case to come to an end. No, 15th of August, even if we come to that date, that's not about the case coming to an end. That is just a procedural thing that has to happen. That on that date, they both have to give a status update on their negotiations. In the meantime, we are expecting not to wait for that date because we're expecting for Judge Torres to make her decision beforehand. So why it matters, the next move is Judge Torres's. Her ruling will determine whether Ripple's legal overhang is lifted and could set a key precedent for crypto regulation in the US. The market is watching closely as a decision could come at any moment. Ripple's long legal saga is finally on the knife's edge. Judge Torres holds the pen, and her ruling won't just decide Ripple's fate, but could redraw the US crypto playbook. I believe she'll get it right and close the case before August deadline. This resolution can land any day now. That's my thoughts. This is our newsletter live on the show. The link for this is the first link in the description. It's also pinned. So that's for everyone who's getting confused about that August the 15th date that has come out. It's nothing. That date is not significant at all. That date doesn't mean anything. That date is when they have to do another procedural. The SEC has to do another procedural status report. That doesn't mean much at all. We've got Martyn calling in. Let me bring him live on the show. Let's go here. Good evening, Martyn. Welcome to the show.
Hiya, Sensei. Great to have you here. Thank you for doing the closing bell this afternoon. I just wanted to answer a couple of questions. A couple of people have, some people have some confusion. First of all, we've seen the market sell off today because of the increased uncertainty now in the Middle East. That's ramping up, and the biggest problem, though, is because we've got the market closed tomorrow, Juneteenth. In the United States, the markets are closed tomorrow. I beg your pardon. I'll say that again. Sorry. Tomorrow is the Fed report, so people are uncertain of what we're going to get tomorrow. So because of the uncertainty in the Middle East, Trump ramping up rhetoric, and you all know what's going on in the Middle East in Iran. So because of that, let me just get rid of my notifications. They're just popping across the screen. This is, I think, what you said this morning, Sensei. You did this, didn't you? Let me just turn them off. There you go. So we've got this initial sell-off in preparation for tomorrow. Most people expect there to be a hold, a pause tomorrow. I'm actually going for the first time with my prediction I've had for the longest time, saying rate cuts in June, the first one in June. I'm standing by it. What is the point of constantly moving predictions? So I've had the same prediction forever. First rate cut in June, 2 rate cuts this year. I think we'll get one tomorrow. If we don't, we'll definitely get one in July. But anyway, because of that, we've got uncertainty tomorrow. And then we've got Thursday, the markets are closed, Juneteenth. So there's going to be nothing happening on Thursday when the war could be escalating. So people are looking to get out of the market. That's obvious right now. So just bear that in mind. And also another reason for calling in, we have still people who are confused by what is a live stream and what's a live premiere. I just saw Safa coming in going, is this live? And he popped into the last show. Is this live? I want to say this, guys. If we have a live stream, as in real time, real live.
We've just lost Martyn for a second.
Right, there'll be a red ring.
He will come back in a second. Oh, you're back. There we go. Oh. Sorry, you paused for a second.
Oh, did I? Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you. There will be a red ring around the icon telling you that the channel is live, and it'll say live underneath the stream. So you know it's live. And then of course, Sensei is talking to you and he's answering your questions. But whether Sensei is talking to you or not, if it says live and there's a red ring around the icon, it means it's a live stream. If it's a live premiere is a pre-recorded video that we've recorded, uploaded, and it's gone out as a live premiere. The first time it goes out, the first time it's seen, it's a live premiere. A lot of channels don't do that. They don't like the occasion. Well, you know me, I'm an entertainer. I like to have a live event, a live moment. A lot of people just publish their videos. They're never live. They're just published videos. They go at a certain time. I like them to be occasions and events. So when they first go out as a live premiere, it's like going to the movies, in the chat, you can talk to people in the chat and you can have a live conversation. That's a live premiere, and it says under the video live premiere. So live premiere is a live premiere, a video premiering for the first time. Live means live. Now, the only time there's an exception to the rule is if you have a video and you've already recorded it. Think of a movie like Lord of the Rings made 20 years ago, and it goes out live. It's not live, obviously. It's not a live premiere. The film was recorded years ago. It's a restream. We never do that, except on the extra channel, we do that. On the extra channel, we will replay this morning's show so you can catch up. So it says live, and you've got the live chat, everyone talking, and it says in the chat restream. It tells you that it's a restream in the description, so you know. So hopefully that will explain now the difference between live premieres. A video that's premiering for the first time, so it's live chat, live premiere. A live stream, it just says live with a red icon around the icon of the show, and that's it. I hope that explains it. Some people get confused and don't quite know what live is and live premieres are, and so on and so forth. Someone just says, "I've got no red ring now." You do have a red ring on the channel icon, not on the main, not under the video, but on the channel. If you come out of where you are now and look on the channel, it'll say live. There'll be a big red ring around the channel. This is a kind of a standard across all platforms. Even X is the same. All right. Okay, Sensei, I'll hand it back to you. You'll be back in the morning for the breakfast show early, and then I will follow you with the opening bell and then the FOMC report. Big day tomorrow, huge day tomorrow. Make sure you join to that. Sensei, send everybody to the extra channel overnight after this show, and I will be back with you tomorrow for the FOMC report. Sensei, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martyn. That is an important update for you about what's coming up in the next couple of days, and also how to know if it's live or not. Even if it is live, you can see, for example, I'm watching Bloomberg here, you can see you're up to date. Sometimes people aren't even up to date, and you want to just click that button there, and it takes you live to where you are in the show. We aren't going to be live for too much longer. We're going to cover the closing bell. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the ETF. Tomorrow, the Canadian ETF is coming out as well. The spot ETFs, we're going to keep an eye on that. We've also got I've just explained to you about the Judge Torres's decision. I can't independently yet still verify from the SEC if the ETF has been approved or delayed. I think it's been delayed. The reports are delayed. I just haven't got that independently verified yet. I will have that in the newsletter tomorrow morning. We've got the FOMC report tomorrow. That's going to be the main event of this week. So stay tuned with us for tomorrow. Come back. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've hit the like button so far, because tomorrow's FOMC rate decision is going to be a very important one. Martyn's predicting a cut. I'm going to say we're holding steady. We'll see what happens. We'll be covering it live. I'll have some more insights in that in tomorrow's newsletter and morning show. Also, my thoughts on the whole ETF thing. I think we're going to get an approval of an ETF in 2025. I've always said the second half of this year. We are now in the second half of this year. I think over the next few months, we will see an approval of the XRP Spot ETF in the US. We've seen it in Brazil. We've now seen it in Canada coming in the next couple of days. We've also getting close to one in the US. We might have even got it today, but we've got another deadline coming up next week. I think the SEC case is going to come to an end in the next couple of weeks. I think the ETFs are going to get approved in the next couple of months. And I think that's all going to happen this year. So get prepared for it. We've got all the lists of the ones that have a deadline coming up soon. Franklin Templeton, Bitwise, ProShares, 21 Shares, Grayscale, Wisdom Tree, Coin Shares. All coming up. We've got June the 25th, July the 6th, August the 24th, all coming up soon, as well as October, 2 in October as well. So we will see. I am confident we'll get one in the next couple months. I'm pretty much certain we'll get one this year. Even if it got delayed today, which I can't independently verify yet again. I'll put that in the newsletter tomorrow. I can't see it being I can't see it yet. We are going to be covering the closing bell as well. The US markets are down 0.78%. The crypto markets are seeing Oil is now up a lot. People are getting scared now. Oil is up 5%. Gold is flat, so gold is probably going to start surging tomorrow. It hasn't moved today. We've got the crypto markets coming back alive after a big sell-off. And you can look at something like XLM. It is up from its lows. How much? A couple percent. You've got XRP rallying now from its lows of today. It is also up 2.69%, still down 1.64%. I've told you my thoughts. $2.30 is resistance, $2 is support. And we've got Bitcoin dominance heading down. I would imagine BTC.D. Bitcoin dominance is down today 0.3%. So we'll see what's happening. It's a strange day in the markets. They don't know how to react. They don't know whether to sell off or people are buying in. The markets are in a very strange place today. It's just one of those days where we've gone sideways. There's indecision. We don't know whether we want to pump or dump. We don't know whether the ETF news is out or not. The other update we got for the SEC case today was Scott Schwarzbach, do you have that information verified? If you do, send it into Discord. I haven't seen one piece of information that has been verified as of yet. One that has a link to the SEC's website. I've been tracking the SEC website. Maybe it's come on while I've been live. I don't think so. I'll check again. I'll check again. No, nothing yet, in my opinion. Anyway, the other update for the SEC case was Ripple has filed a supplement letter in support of the motion for an indicative ruling. Ripple are also saying, "Dear Judge Torres, Ripple Labs joined the joint motion and fully and respectfully submits this supplement letter with limited additional explanations in order to in support of the joint letter motion for an indicative ruling." Ripple has now backed the SEC up, saying we also want this to end. We are both source the SEC is happy. What do you mean? Where is I'm looking at the SEC website. So yeah, this I'll check the SEC website again. But this is Ripple Labs coming and saying that what the SEC said yesterday, we are in full agreement with. We want you to put a ruling. We are happy with the settlement terms we've come up to. So it's now in Judge Torres's hand, and in the next few days, we can see her ruling on the decision. I'm going to look at the SEC's website again and see if we've got any update. Because someone's just said it's on the SEC website. I am checking the SEC website. Nope, nothing there yet. Nothing there. I'll have it in my newsletter in the morning. If it's an approval, I'll come live again later today. My thoughts are it'll be delayed anyway, and that's what we're saying. Okay, it is. We're coming up to the closing bell, so let's have a quick look at the markets. I'm actually going to do an Enphase Energy video as well, just after the markets close. Enphase Energy. Martyn's asked me to do this. We spoke about it in this morning's show. It is down 23% on the day. And it's down how much from its highs? Let's have a quick look. Down about 90% from its highs. Let's have a quick look at your comments before we come to the closing bell. Let's see what everyone's reaction is. Was this predate live? Yes, this is live. I'm mistaken. This move is extremely very bullish. Level 1-1. Jerry, what do you mean? Am I mistaken? The move is extremely very bullish. If so. Didn't Franklin Templeton also sell precious metal? The guy wants redeemable tokens on the XRP, I'm sure. Yeah, Franklin Templeton is a massive asset manager. All sorts. Sensei, are you actively trading the swings on XRP? Also holding. I do trade the swings. Lance is here. Crypto liquidity may not the flowing. Precious metals at the base. Crypto needs to be the base on value, no liquidity. Martyn is right. When you see the value, it will be slightly late, but still on time. Vaz is here. Hey there, Vaz. Good day to you, sir. Vaz is doing a great job. He's going on the ground in a few days' time. to the Paris Air Show. Every day he's updating me with what's going on. For now, we're putting it in the morning forecast newsletter. You saw the EVTOL section this morning. We'll have another one tomorrow, and then he's going to be live on the ground. And if you want to be a part of this groundbreaking event, Vaz, our EVTOL expert, the broadcast on the channel, is going to Paris Air Show. And for the very first time ever, we've got the coolest mug ever. The Paris 2025 mug. We've got Vaz on a mug. We've got Vaz's logo on the mug for the very first time ever. And this is the Paris Air Show special edition. You need to get this mug. This is going to mark a very important event for Vaz. It's going to mark a very important event for the show. There's only ever going to be 10 of these. I've put the link in the live section, and look at that. We've got Vaz on a mug with a croissant next to him. We've got Vaz with the French flag. We've got Vaz with at the Paris Air Show. There's only 10 available. 2 have already sold. I'm sure they will be sold out by the time Vaz is in Paris, but do consider getting your very own limited edition. My logo, Martyn's logo, you've got Vaz's logo, and this is a special for the Paris Air Show, so do consider getting that. If you do go on the merch store as well, you can get your XRP hoodie, your XRP mug, your ZBCN mug, XRP phone case as well. All verified logos as well. So do consider doing that. We've got 20 seconds before the bell. The coolest mug ever. Yes, Vaz. Yes, Vaz has got his on his way. A couple other people have bought theirs. So there we go. When is the SEC court? Galaxy Eater. I don't know what you mean by that question. 8 seconds before the bell. Let's get ready to ring the bell. 1 second. The world's worst bell in my hand. I don't even know how to ring it. It just goes around the corner. There we go. The bell has gone. The markets are closed. Let me go and through the biggest gainers, the biggest losers, and we'll do a video on Enphase. We've got the stock market down quite heavily on the day. Mobix is the biggest gainer on my watch list, up 6%, tried to break 84 cents, but failed at the end of the close. We've got Etsy up 1.24%. Everything else is down. Lyft down, Microsoft down, Netflix down 0.35%, Nvidia down 0.46%, Rocket Lab down 0.5%, Google down 0.5%, Amazon down 0.5%, Dollar Tree down 0.65%, Meta down 0.71%, Alibaba down 0.76%, the S&P 500 down 0.84%. Complete rejection from $6, complete rejection from the high of that parallel channel. That's why I said, technically speaking, it is not a buy. Coca-Cola down 1.26%, McDonald's down 1.34%, SMCI is actually down 1.35%, but I'm just looking, we seem to have a trade set up for SMCI as well. We've got Circle down 1.38%. Kathy Wood coming out and selling her Circle shares. I think that was not a bad decision. Apple down 1.5%. ARK Invest down 1.5%. Pfizer down 1.6%. MicroStrategy down nearly 2%. J&J nearly down 2%. PayPal down over 2%. Palantir down over 2%, Robinhood down 2.35%, Rivian down nearly 3%, Coinbase down 3%, DXYZ down 3%, SBC down over 3%. iBit down 3.7%, Joby down 4%, Tesla down 4%, Vertical Aerospace down 4%, AMC down 4%, Soundhound down 4%. Soundhound is looking very interesting, by the way, with inverse head and shoulders coming back down to the $8 zone. That is looking interesting. I will be buying some Soundhound. We've got Wrap down 4%. Archer down 5% today, Luna down 5%, Tilray down 10%, and here we go, the star of the show, Enphase down 24%. So time to do a video on Enphase right now. What was that about? Okay, let's do a video on Enphase, and then we'll go to your questions and end the show. And see if there's any update on the XRP case as well. Okay. breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are looking at Enphase Energy down 24% on the day. I'm going to be telling you the charts. Martyn's going to be telling you about the fundamentals. So let's get straight into the charts for Enphase Energy. My thoughts. Remember, nothing I say in this video is financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only. Please do not buy or sell based on anything I'm saying. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Look at this. I mean, this is on the weekly charts. Enphase has been down week after week after week after week after week. For the longest time, I've been saying about Enphase, I would not be buying at these heights. People laughed at me when I said I'm not buying at $125. People laughed at me when I said Enphase can go as low as $32. When we were up here, I said I'm not buying here. I think it's overvalued. The chart's saying we can come lower. I always keep money on the side in case we do. And today, I bought some Enphase Energy. I'll tell you why. Well, this area here where we're at right now is an area I've always expected can come for Enphase. Obviously, some things happen for the price to come down. We know at the end of the video, you can go to Martyn's video and see the fundamental news about it. But we are, technically speaking, we've come back to the highs of 2019, but near the lows of 2020 as well. We can go lower. We can go to $17 and I'll buy more. But we are in the range where I think it's undervalued in a chart perspective. I think being at somewhere near $34 and possibly going to $17 worst case scenario, in my opinion. Again, remember, I'm not putting in more than I can afford to lose. This company could go bankrupt, but I don't think it will. I'm happy buying here and buying more at $17 if we do go that low. But at this area here, I am expecting a bounce. Even if we bounce it up to $58, I might sell some because that is, if we go to those levels in the next few weeks, that's a 75% move to the upside, and I can definitely see that happening. So right now, Enphase has gone through all the levels of support. Remember, I've looked at it at $81, $72, $58. Now we're coming up to the final levels of support, $34 and $17. Up here, I thought it was overvalued, $117. I wasn't even thinking about buying it in the $200, $300 range, but I started looking at it at $80, $70, $58, $34, and $15. People thought I was crazy when I was looking at these prices when Enphase was up here. But to me right now, yes, Enphase is still in a downtrend. Yes, the trend's your friend and the trend is towards the downside. But you also have to look at that horizontal resistance and start speculating where the price could start turning around. Even if it doesn't turn around for the long term, we could certainly see a bounce, and it can certainly be worthwhile for me to be buying here and selling at maybe at $58, because that bounce within itself is a good percentage bounce. The trend's your friend, the trend's towards the downside, but at some point I think the trend will change on Enphase, and we are dubiously speculating with the looking at the charts that potentially these 2019 highs is that level, and that these 2020 lows could also be that level at $16 or $34. So right now, Enphase, in my opinion, is looking good. We've got the RSI nearly oversold on the weekly time frame. If you look at it on the daily time frame, it hasn't been overbought in a very, very long time. I'm expecting some sort of spike to come for Enphase in the next couple of months to bring it back to that overbought territory, and that might present an opportunity to sell some other shares. So Enphase, that is the update. Make sure to watch. Excuse me. Make sure to watch Martyn's video. It will be up here. This is an update from the chart perspective. Let me know if you want me to do more videos on Enphase Energy and track it with you guys, and tell you what I'm doing with my position. In the meantime, look at Martyn's video. Make sure you hit the like button. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. That's the Enphase video that we wanted to do. One final look at the markets. Let's have a look. The VIX is up a fair amount today. Oil is up a fair amount today, up 6%. Gold is flat on the day, which is interesting. You would imagine gold to be higher right now. The S&P 500 is down nearly 1%. This is nothing. I mean, remember, we can go down just to hit those lows we were at a couple months ago. We can go down another 20%. So be careful with the S&P 500. I wouldn't be buying any time now. We're so close to all-time highs, and the macro situation isn't that much better than when we were down there. So be very careful with the S&P 500. Same with the crypto markets. It can be a volatile journey. I don't think we've got a decision from the SEC. I think the decision will be a delay, but this year I expect to have that XRP ETF. And remember, it's not a bad thing that it didn't get approved today. In fact, if it doesn't get approved today, I'll be quite happy. Why? Because I would much rather this XRP ETF gets approved when when the markets are all-time highs, when Bitcoin's at all-time highs, when we're in an altcoin season. Because if we get the XRP ETF approval on a day like that, then the FOMO will be unbelievable, and we could see a $10 XRP if the momentum's right, and we get the ETF news at the right time. So it might not be a bad thing. It hasn't been approved today, so we'll wait and see. Michael Murphy, what's happened? You can rewind the show, Michael Murphy, and you'll get all the news. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I'll be live tomorrow morning with the morning forecast, where I'll update you on the SEC news on the ETF. I'm expecting it's probably delayed, but I need to independently verify that. I'm going to give you the link right now. Everyone needs to hit it. It's the newsletter. You click on that link, you can choose your plan. But tomorrow morning, every single morning, you get the morning forecast, and you can get all the news if you click on that link there. So thank you, everyone. Make sure you go check out the mugs as well. You've got Vaz's very first mug. Vaz, the first time Vaz is on a mug as well. I hope you enjoyed the Closing Bell show. I'll be live for the morning forecast with all the news once again. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. See you in the morning. Bye-bye.